Another important concept, cross-functional value delivery. This is fundamental to process management and improvement. Now, this is something most of us haven't done for a while, of course, but we remember how to do it. If we're taking a flight, we check in, we board the plane, complete the flight, we retrieve our luggage, we hope, and we depart the airport. Now, if I asked you which of those 5 things needs to go well for you to say, I've had a great flight, I know you'd say all 5. And that's perfectly reasonable, isn't it? There's no point in having a very fancy check-in if when we get to the other end, our luggage didn't. That's not going to be a great flight. Or even if we had check-in, we got the upgrade, great flight, on time, luggage was there, but then we had to wait for an hour at the destination airport for a taxi. That's not going to be called a great flight either, is it? So what we need to do is think about, and airports and airlines and everyone involved does think like this these days, we need to think about that as a group of sub-processes of the process, let's call it relocate traveller. And what we need to think about, and it's what the traveller certainly thinks about, is that the customer journey, the literal journey in this case, it's going to be from home to hotel, or hotel to home, or hotel to hotel. It's that whole thing that has to work well for us to say we had a great trip. And this kind of cross-functional thinking applies in all of our organisations. There's no one process in the organisation that does everything. It's always a sequence of processes coming together to create some value. So each of the 5 processes here in relocate traveller needs to work well, of course. But perhaps more importantly, they need to work well together if the customer value is going to be actually delivered. And that's also good for airlines and airports too, isn't it? I mean, it costs airlines a fortune to find lost luggage. That's a very expensive thing to do. And they put a lot of time and effort into try and minimize the amount of luggage that gets lost. And to be fair, it's a very small percentage, but it's still a very big cost for them around the world. So it's in everyone's interest to think about this, not just as the 5 separate sub-processes, but as the combined higher level process. So cross-functional thinking is very important in all of our work in process.